Hello, hello, hello. Tamira here. Super excited to be here and chat with y'all tonight. We are going to talk about 7 daily habits of a digital boss. 7 daily habits of a digital boss. There are people who are new, who have not built the audience, who do not have the trust, the reputation. And I'm going to give you 7 habits tonight that are going to help you build that trust, build that reputation so that you can create steady, I had it in my head and I just went blank. Steady, consistent, predictable income. Welcome, 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 Wanza. Thank you for joining me. So come on in and let me know where you are watching from. We are discussing tonight 7 daily habits that are going to help you build a consistent, steady, predictable income and become that digital boss that we all want to be. So if you'd like to know what those 7 habits are, Greensboro, welcome, welcome, welcome. Blackman, welcome. I've been to Greensboro several times. I've had some good times in Greensboro. I used to go to a convention there every August. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. We're talking 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss, because you can be a digital boss, but what you really want to be is you want to be a profitable digital boss. You want to be a digital boss that's in the black, making that green, that cashola. Yes, it's a great time here. Yeah, and it would be a road trip. It would be like an 11-hour road trip. I live in southeastern Wisconsin, just north of Chicago. And so it'd be like an 11-hour road trip. And it was always an interesting road trip too. One year, the girl that we rode together, she set her GPS and she had us on some back roads. And let me tell you, I was a little afraid for my life. Luckily, we didn't run into anybody or have any issues. But I was like, you're biracial and I'm dark skinned. So let's be careful and let's not stop anywhere we don't have to stop. So and that was like in some really back road rural places of like the Virginias. Oh my God. So we made it safely, made it back safely, and you know, I live to tell the tale. So tonight we are talking 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss. So if you want to learn how to be a profitable digital boss with 7 daily habits, drop the number 7 in the comments, because we have a lot to cover tonight. And by the way, I changed the price earlier for someone. It's 7. I see a 7. I changed the price earlier for someone. And so DBA, which is Digital Boss Academy, is a $333 program for Volume 1 and Volume 2. Volume 2 has not released. It releases on July 1st. And if you join while I am live, if you want to become a digital boss, you are definitely going to want to be a part of the Digital Boss Academy. Hello. And if you join that Digital Boss Academy while I'm live, you will be able to get both Volume 1 and Volume 2, secure your access to Volume 2 for the same low price of $111 versus $333 for both. So you can always do that by clicking up here and going to the link in my bio and clicking the 3rd button. If you would like to get a preview of DBA, of Digital Boss Academy, you click the 2nd button and it says DBA preview. Okay, if you want to join right away, get that $111, you want to click the red button with the animation. Okay, so we're gonna go through 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss. Did you know there are people with massive followings on multiple platforms who do not make any money? Okay, if you had to guess an amount of followers, what would you say that number of followers is before you can quote unquote monetize on a platform? I'm very curious to know, because I'm going to share with you how many I had on Instagram, for example, when I made my first dollar on Instagram. So throw it up in the comments. Be quick now, be expeditious, as T.I. would say. How many followers do you think it takes to start making money with your content and with your social media? What is your guess for the number of followers? Okay, because I've got some very interesting things to share with you on that before we get into the 7 daily habits, and this is going to lead perfectly into those 7 daily habits. Okay, Blackman, welcome. I can't read that, it's too far. Welcome. I see a Shirley, and there is Stuntman. I see Brittany. There are several others. Okay, so welcome everyone. How many followers do you think it takes? I'm thinking of the old school. How many licks do you think till you get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop? So how many followers do you think it takes to actually make money on social media and with your content? Okay, let me know in the comments. This is so much more fun for me when you interact with me, but I do understand, like if you're driving or something like that, I don't want you to have an accident either. So I will wait and see. Let me know in the comments what you think. How many followers does it take? Any takers? Any takers? Okay, I might have to start doing some giveaways. Okay, I made my first sale on Instagram with about 200 followers in like 2013. So a lot of you probably think in your head, for example, on TikTok, you probably think you need 5,000 or 10,000 followers. I know the number on Instagram, there it is, 10K. That's what a lot of people think is 10K. 10K. No, it does not take 10K, right? Back with Instagram, the reason a lot of people thought that was because at that time, that was the number you needed to have in order to get the swipe up before they started the little button with the link, right? But you can monetize at any number, okay? There are people on social media with social media accounts with a few hundred followers that really don't even use social media, but technically their business makes more than people who have millions of followers. Okay, so the size of your following really has a very little impact on how much you can make and being able to monetize that audience. There was a story a few years ago of an influencer on Instagram, for example, who had, I believe, over 1 million followers, and she couldn't even sell 30 t-shirts. She was trying to launch some t-shirts and, you know, to get the company to print more or whatever, she had to sell a certain number, and she could barely even sell 30 t-shirts. So the number of following you have is really, I'm not going to say it's completely unimportant, but it's just not the most important thing, that especially in today's world with reel and short form video and the way the platforms are leveraging, using that for you to be able to get in front of more people. Okay, what does matter, and we're not going to get big time into this tonight, is what I just said. How many people you get your content in front of. That is probably one of the biggest indicators of, especially for a newbie, of you being able to create steady, predictable income online, okay? And as I talked about on live the other night, one of the best ways to do that is with paid traffic. But you don't have to start there, and I actually don't suggest that you start there. So we're going to go through the 7 daily habits that are going to help you be able to create that steady, predictable income, okay? So if you're picking up what I am throwing down, please double tap that screen. That helps this live get on the For You page and helps you get in front of more people and help more people. Welcome Annette, welcome Steven, welcome Adele, or Adel, I'm not sure how to pronounce that. So we are going to go through these 7 daily habits, right? If you want to know how successful you will be, you can find that success in your daily habits. In fact, let me look up that Mark Twain quote. Mark Twain quote on daily habits. No, there's something about a quote about your daily habits. Quote on daily habits with a B, not a V, okay? The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine, okay? So when it comes to programs like DVA, launching any type of product or service, it is really important to have a daily routine and structure, and it really ultimately becomes a system, right? Remember what I've been telling you for weeks now. Business is about creating systems, repeatable systems. It is a relentless marathon of redundancy, okay? A lot of us are addicted to dopamine and other hormone driven feelings, and so we kind of are anti-routine. We are kind of anti relentless marathon of redundancy. But if you truly want to build a business for the long haul, if you want to build a business with a long-term game strategy in place, you definitely 100% unequivocally need to have solid daily routine and habits. If you talk to any millionaire, you talk to any billionaire, they control their day, they control their time, they control their thoughts, they control their emotions, and they control their habits, okay? It really boils down to those things. You have to be able to regulate your emotions. Why am I talking about that when I'm talking about 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss? Because if you cannot regulate your emotions, you are not going to be able to stick to your habits. You're not going to be able to stick to your plan, because you're going to be governed by your emotions, and how you feel is going to dictate whether or not you work your business. And that is going to be the #1 threat to your business during the first 12 months, is you not being able to regulate your emotions and not having enough fortitude to be able to not listen to what the haters have to say online, and even the haters in your own circle from your friends and your family. Welcome, Jeremy, okay? And so you have to be able to regulate your emotion. We can do another live and give tips on that. But today we are talking about the 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss. So if you would like the first habit, drop a 1 in the comments. Remember, the reason I asked for these for you to do things in the comments, the reason I asked for you to double tap that screen, is because I actually am a 30-year sales marketing veteran, okay? I have 32 years to be exact, double master's degree, bachelor's degree in marketing, in finance, Spanish, and I have led and developed teams of high-performing sales and marketing individuals. I myself have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars in beauty and skincare alone, not to mention other products and services, managed hundreds of millions of dollars in assets in the financial services industry. So I know my stuff, okay? I'm just gonna say it. I know my stuff, and I have the track record to prove it. In fact, you can Google me, you can look me up on iTunes, you can look me up on Spotify, okay? Because I am a frequent and sought after speaker for my knowledge and expertise in this space. So with that being said, please, all I ask of you is to double tap that screen, share this out, and comment. So if you'd like to know the first habit, and let me see, do I want to go in from 1 to 7 or 7 to 1? Okay, so let me know if you'd like to hear #1, okay? And I'm going to go from the bottom of my list to the top, okay? #1 is personal development, because of what I just told you, okay? Your ability to regulate your emotions and do the things that you need to do even when you don't feel like doing them is going to be the #1 dictator of your success. Don't believe me? Just pay attention to yourself and see where you are 6 months from now. If you are not spending 20 to 30 minutes a day, and I recommend 30 to 45 minutes a day on personal development, listening to highly inspirational and motivational content, doing your journaling for gratitude daily, writing down 10 things that you are grateful for each and every day. And it's so funny because I said the title of this is 7 Daily Habits of a Profitable Digital Boss. And because we're not talking about money yet, everybody comes in and they go out. They come in and they go out. And these are the people who are going to fail and fail fast because they are not developing themselves, okay? Because it is a walk, right? In church, they talk about picking up your cross daily. It is the same thing with your business. You have to build yourself up. You have to insulate yourself. You have to bulletproof yourself, because you're going to be getting hate from all different directions. And that is why personal development is key. What you do in those first few hours of the day is going to dictate the rest of your day. In fact, it actually begins the night before. I have a nighttime routine and I have a morning routine. Okay, I can do a separate live on those. I'm not going to go into it right now. But the day actually begins the night before when you go to bed. You have to clear certain things from your mind before you go to bed, and open your mind to other things before you go to bed when your subconscious is working. And that can be a big predictor of how your next day is going to be. So the first habit, and I've read books on CEOs from Jack Welch to Jamie Dimon, Carly Fiorina. I've read a lot of books written by CEOs of multi-billion-dollar corporations, and they are usually up before most other people, and they read for upwards of 2 hours every day in the morning. I myself get a lot of marketing newsletters daily to my email box, and I read those in bed for hours before I get up, right? Back in the day, I used to get a lot of slack from people about not being available to them in the morning, okay? Now, I just because I had to tell them, just because I'm not available to you doesn't mean that I'm sleeping and wasting my life away or I am lazy. That was already an inner challenge for me coming from a very blue-collar family, okay? That was already very much a challenge for my own mental strength and fortitude, that I came from a blue-collar family. And so on Saturdays, we didn't sleep in, even if I was at my grandparents' house for the weekend. They made you get up and you had to clean like you'd been there all week, okay? So your personal development is your #1 income producing skill. I'm gonna say it again. Personal development is your #1 income producing skill, okay? #2 is you want to be creating and posting content and engagement, okay? So here's what I'm going to tell you. One of the best things you can do is you can pick out an afternoon, a morning, a day on the weekend, and you can batch create your content. At least get it filmed, and then you can add text and captions to it later. On the weekend, I would get my content filmed, even if I didn't know what I was going to put on top of it. I would get my content filmed, and I would even write some captions, okay? I would pre-write some captions, okay? So you want to post 3 to 5 times daily. You're going to share valuable, engaging content, and you want to be relatable. But the #1 thing you want to do, if you really want to win with your content, you're going to be posting 3 to 4 different types of content each day. And among those, #1 is you want to create content that is polarizing, that makes people feel some way or another, okay? One of the things I do to be polarizing is I do not correct typos and spelling mistakes, because it drives certain people crazy. And I have had posts go viral because I didn't correct, and sometimes I even intentionally would misspell a word, because certain people, the grammar police, they come out, and then when one comes out, like roaches and mice, they come out and they got something to say, and it will help your post go viral. So I don't even get jazzy with them. I just thank them for the engagement, because they're helping my post go further in the feed, okay? So that's one thing you want to post. You want to post something polarizing, right? You want to post something that is a conversational piece, okay? You want to post something that's going to make people begin to have conversation and create comments underneath your post, not only with you, but even with each other, okay? And across all platforms, that is a strong indicator that will make the platform push your post out to more people. Saves and people having conversation with each other underneath your content, along with shares, okay? So shareable or conversation starter, okay? And then the third one is you want to be able to solve problems. You have to show how your product, your service, in this case DBA, is solving problems. But you're not solving problems for everybody. You're solving problems for one particular person in particular, right? And that usually is you. Why did you buy DBA? What made you join DBA? What is your dream and vision for what DBA is going to do for you, your family, and your life? And that is what you are going to talk about in that solution video. You're going to sell that as a solution, okay? So if it was, I was sick and tired of being able to, of having to tell my kids no, or sick and tired of getting to the checkout line at the grocery store and having to put items back, sick and tired of being able, of watching my friends go on all these vacations and I can't go anywhere. Whatever that is DBA is the solution for that, right? It can also be positioned as a solution for knowing how to create digital products. There is a misconception that DBA is a course on how to create courses, and it is not. DBA is a program designed to help people create legitimate businesses around digital products. And so that can be for the business owner, that could be for a newbie, that could be for the person who is tired of watching everyone else online be able to make money but themselves. So those are the 3 types of 3 to 4 pieces of content you want to be posting every day. And when it comes to your social media, you want a pair and a spare. What do I mean by that? You want 2 platforms that you are going to post on, your primary and your secondary. But here's the trick. It cannot be Facebook and Instagram. Why? Because they're owned by the same company. It cannot be Instagram, or Threads, right? It cannot be, Threads can't be in that mix either because those are all owned by Meta, okay? It cannot be, there was another, like Google and YouTube are owned by the same company too, but you really wouldn't be, you know, Google that doesn't really apply, okay? So you want to share 3 to 5 stories daily. 3 to 5 stories daily, and you kind of want to follow that same format that I gave you on your post. Polarizing, conversation or shareable, and solution focused, okay? Habit number 2, you want to go live. Live is one of my top income producing activities. And I know it might scare a lot of you. But video is high converting. That's why stories are high converting, okay? A couple years ago, I had a whole training on stories because I was very reluctant to do stories, and I finally started doing them, and I began to understand why they were so powerful. So stories, much like why TikTok is a powerhouse, is because you dominate the full screen. So it feels like a one-on-one interaction, and it can feel very personal. You have a captive audience, and it feels, it's the next best thing to being one-on-one with somebody. It's even better than Zoom because it takes up the whole screen. It's almost like you're FaceTiming someone, right? And so when you post those 3 to 5 stories a day, you are creating content that you can download from stories and you can post on other platforms. A lot of people don't realize that. You can turn those into 6 and 7 and 8 second pieces of short form video. So think about that, okay? So your video is not only high converting because it helps create that know, like, and trust, it's also reshareable, and you can repurpose it, and it is residual. Repeat after me. Video is residual. Video is residual. I have, back in the day, I used to run a webinar every Thursday like clockwork for months. And I got tired of giving up my Thursdays, and I should have actually kept running them, just switched them to a different day. And those videos were those webinars were on YouTube using, back then it was Google Hangouts. Now it's just YouTube Live. And so at the end of it, it was a video that was accessible on YouTube, right? Welcome, Kelly. And that video would sit out there, and it would rank, and it would just keep going and keep going. Long after I was no longer partnered with that company, that video was still sending people to me who were looking for information and who wanted to join and who wanted to buy. Video is residual. You can record it one time and you optimize it on a platform like TikTok, like Pinterest, like YouTube. It will actually still be out there because people are searching for keywords, and you keyword optimize it, and that video will keep coming up, keep coming up, keep coming up, and it will sell for you even in your sleep. So video is a very important part of your strategy, and I'm probably going more than I should here, but just know that your live videos make great repurposed content. You have almost infinite number of things you can do with your live video. So even if no one attends your live, that is what I learned from having those webinars week after week after week after week, where sometimes there were people there, sometimes they weren't. A webinar might not have had a single participant on it, but then it still drove business to me after the fact, okay? And so that is the power of video. And live video gives people the opportunity to ask you questions, to interact with you, to really get to know your personality. So live video is a high income producing activity. And with like TikTok, for example, and other platforms, you can go live with multiple people. And that just works, that does well for everybody. You can grow your following, you can get in front of new people. And I don't mean just taking people from the other people who are on the live with you. I mean, it helps everybody get on the FYP, and more people, you get in front of more people that way. So live video is a great way to build your following, and it is a great way to convert. That's why you see the people who are selling the most go live regularly and frequently. When you are a beginner, and I can do a whole session, a whole training on how to go live as a beginner, but what I can tell you is creating series and having like your own show that people know what day of the week and what time you are going to go live is going to help you more than it won't, okay? Number 3 is direct outreach. A lot of people do not realize, especially if you are new, if you do not have the community, if you do not have the email list, if you do not have the SMS text message list, you need to be actively networking and develop your network, your audience, your community, and ask for referrals. And the whole thing is, when you get in front of other people, you are not looking at them like a meat stick. You are looking at them as, who else do they know? Who can they lead you to? Okay, who can they lead you to is what you ultimately want. It is not to sell them. It is not necessarily to pitch them. It is, you may be interested, you may not be, but if you aren't, who do you know? That is really what it is, okay? And so that networking and partnerships it coincides with another habit, and that is to do outreach, okay? And again, your outreach is not to be a pariah. It is not to be a slimy salesperson. It is to reach out and touch somebody's hand, right? To show yourself friendly, to engage in other people's content, to like their content, to comment, to share it, to build relationship. That is what you are doing outreach on, okay? You're doing outreach, and oh, I saw that post you made, like on Facebook, for example. Oh, I like that recipe. That recipe looked really good. I'm going to try that, right? Or, you know, I do it all the time. Like, there are people, I'm the person, it's just my natural personality. I notice when people go missing. I notice when someone is very active and then all of a sudden you don't see them, right? And I can tell you because I forget what number we're on, but another habit is follow up and nurturing, right? And so one of the things I will do is I won't keep following up. Are you ready yet? Do you want this yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready? Like, hey, just checking in on you, just wondering how you're doing. And then even when they go, they're like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I just really was just checking on you. How are you doing? And you would be amazed at what that opens up for me, okay? You would be absolutely amazed at what people will say, right? On another live, and that video is on YouTube, I talk about you are afraid to follow up with people because you think you're being a nuisance, and I'm here to tell you you're not. I've had more people thank me for a follow-up than not. Okay, they will give you an update. A lot of times people are not really ignoring you. They see you, but they might just be a little embarrassed about different things, or they just might really be overwhelmed. They might be stressed. You never know. So always give people the benefit of the doubt and err on the side of caution, and just say, hey, just check in, right? And I can give you, welcome, pretty girl. I mean, every time I open my mouth, I think of other things I can come on and talk to you about, okay? So we've got personal development. We've got live sessions, we've got direct outreach, we've got follow-up and lead nurturing, we've got networking and developing those partnerships. I haven't really talked about partnerships. So partnerships for me is, I get a lot of invites to speak at summits, to speak on podcasts, to speak in people's groups and train in their groups. And I take as many of them as I can because it puts me in front of more people. I get, you know, like today, I sent out a quote for $3,000 for Facebook ads training to help a company get trained on Facebook ads, right? For 90 minutes of training, $3,000, right? That opportunity came to me by way of someone that I recently networked with. I did a private training on Facebook ads for her. And at the end of that, she said, great, because I don't want to do this. I'm going to refer you when I have clients, when I have people coming to me looking for help with Facebook ads. And that was just within the last week. And then yesterday or today, she came to me and said, she put me in a 3-way chat. Hey, this person needs Facebook help. And so we chatted, and I sent out a $3,000 proposal with a fast action bonus today, right? And so that is the power of networking and partnerships. This is not a get rich quick scheme. It's not. It is a relentless marathon of redundancy. These are the things that you want to be doing every single day. Welcome, Rayshawn. Hey, girl, hey. You want to be doing every single day in your business if you want to create steady, dependable, growing, predictable income, okay? And I'm going to start back at the top with personal development. You want to, your content and posting and engagement strategy. Live is an income producing activity. Outreach. In the beginning, until you start getting those orders consistently in your sleep, you need to be doing outreach. And outreach is not, hey, do you want to buy my product? Outreach is simply networking and being a good citizen. And the rest will come. The conversation will eventually, not even eventually, it can quickly pivot to what you are doing. But we're not talking about that today, okay? Follow up and nurturing, networking and partnerships. And the last daily habit is client consultations and sales calls, right? So you actually, I'm not even going to say that. I'm scratch that from the record. You want to be generating leads every single day, okay? I'm going to replace this because, yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. This is lead generation, okay? There is a saying, a lead a day or an email a day will keep poverty at bay. A lead or an email a day will keep poverty at bay. So they gave us 2 different PDFs that we can use, and the whole purpose of creating those was not for you to post them on social media, but for you to collect the data. And so when you collect that data, it would behoove you to email those people as quickly as possible, okay? It will behoove you to email those people as quickly as possible, okay? Because an email a day will keep poverty at bay. Many of you right now who joined a week or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago and you have not made your first sale, it is because you do not have the community, the network, the audience support that will get you 3 to 5 sales right away, okay? And that is okay. That is perfectly normal, okay? So what you need to do is you need to create that audience. And you want to not just rely on social media following for that. You want those emails, okay? Because you can then begin to predict when that email gets to a certain size, right? There are people who have followed me upwards of 3 and 4 years before they bought anything. Some even longer than that. But most it's within 6 to 18 months before they buy anything. And so you want people on your email list, and you want to be emailing your list regularly. Repeat after me. A lead or an email a day keeps poverty at bay. What you are suffering from, if you have not made any sales with DBA and you have, joined, more than a week or so ago, one, you have not worked your network, okay? Do not just rely on social media posting, because that definitely can be predictable. It definitely can be profitable. But for many of you, you need to work through your network simultaneously, not before, not after, at the same time, okay? And so what you're suffering from is lead or prospect poverty. And the cure to that is to put out quality content, and instead of pitching DBA in your content, you want to sell the click to get the preview. So you can have the email, and now you know who to follow up with. Because with your social media marketing, what happens is they see your content, and even if they follow you, you have no control over whether or not the algorithm is putting your content back in front of them. Unless they commented or you had a one-on-one message with them, you don't even know that they're interested in it, so you don't even know who to follow up with. So you are just literally like you got a blindfold on and you're feeling your way around in the dark. So let's turn the lights on and let's get you some leads so you know who to follow up with. A lead or an email a day keeps poverty at bay. Okay, so those are the 7 daily habits. If we wanted to do a bonus one, that would be sales consultations and calls. Okay, but I don't actually do a lot of that myself personally. I really don't. So we're going to nixay on that. Okay, so what questions do you have around DBA or the 7 daily habits of highly profitable digital bosses that I can answer for you? Your success is the sum total of your daily habits. What's happening in your business right now today is the result of what the activities that you were doing 60 and 90 days ago. So if you want to see change in your 90 days from today, would be in September. If you want to be in the middle of September and double what you are doing right now, triple, quadruple, then you need to have your daily habits every day. You need to make a checklist. Did I make my 3 to 5 posts? Did I follow up with at least 2 people? Right? Did I outreach? Did I contact 10 new people today? Okay? So make a checklist. Maybe I will, and I'll do it as a lead magnet. Okay? So your daily habits are personal development. Every day, did you spend 30 minutes in personal development, including writing down 10 things that you are grateful for, including your affirmations, right? Because it's not just motivational videos. It's also your gratitude journaling and your affirmations. And I would also say reading 10 minutes of a book for your personal development every single day. And I can tell you, because January is one of the roughest months for me, living in Wisconsin, where it can get really cold, really dreary and gray outside. Last year, or was it the year before, I put myself on a personal development challenge for January, and I had the most explosive February. It actually started in January ever, because I was just simply writing down 10 things a day that I was grateful for. I was doing my affirmations each and every day and reading 10 minutes of a book every single day. Okay? And my business, my numbers exploded in February and even in January. I began to see it in January. So I'm a big believer in personal development. It is your #1 income producing activity. And it's not just listening to motivational videos, right? You have to do the journaling. You have to say what you're grateful for. You have to do your affirmations, and you want to be reading 10 minutes per day. I don't believe in, I've said this before, I'm not a big fan of what's your word for the year and annual goals. It's what are we doing in the next 90 days? Let's build in 12-week increments. Let's build in 90-day increments. And you will be amazed at what happens by the end of the year. If you forget the rest of the year, we're wrapping up the end of this quarter, and let's start planning for next quarter, right? Because July 1st is a new quarter, and it is when DBA Volume 2 drops. DBA Volume 2 drops, okay? And so that drop means that the price is going to go to $333 for Volume 1 and Volume 2. But if you go to the link in my bio, and you click the second or the third link, the third link will actually save you $222. You can get both volumes today for only $111, okay? If you want a preview, if you want to know what it looks like on the inside of DBA, what it's really all about, there is a PDF document that you can download and get a free look. That is the second button at the link in my bio. And you just provide your name and your email, and it will send you that PDF, okay? That PDF is closing clients for me. It's closing new members of DBA. I closed one just a little bit earlier today, okay? So, again, I practice what I preach. I collect leads daily. I nurture my leads daily. I send out an email every single day. If only, okay? So if I'm telling you that an email or a lead a day keeps poverty at bay, understand, if you collect a lead and you have your systems and automation set up, that counts as your email, and it counts as a lead. So if you collect one lead and one email a day, at the end of 30 days, you got 30 new people that you were able to get DBA in front of by way of that preview. That's powerful, because at a 10% conversion rate, that's 3 new members. Did you hear what I just said? That's 3 new members. Okay, so if you 10x your activity, right, and you collect 10 leads a day, you've got 300 leads at the end of the month, and at a 10% conversion rate, that's 30 new members. 30 times $111, and at some point, you know, $333 for both. Okay, that's a lot of cash. That's a lot of predictable income. So social media is very difficult to predict and to control. That is why I put such emphasis and focus in my daily activities on lead generation and nurturing those leads by way of an email a day, keeping poverty at bay. You can go back and you can look through my content. Where is my iPad? What did I do with her? No, she's usually within arm's reach. Here she is. She was hiding. Okay, when you look at my content on my profile, you will see the vast majority of posts do not sell DBA. They sell the click to get the preview or some other lead magnet. Okay, so when you go to my content, I know for sure my last post was drop the word DBA preview below. Okay, so let's see. Let me turn it down because I hear they get upset. The algorithm doesn't like to hear the video. They think you're just restreaming it. Okay, so at the end of this, I'm gonna scrub and pause it. Oops. Oh my God, my iPad screen is so sensitive. Oh my God, why doesn't it just pause? At the end of it, it says, drop DBA preview below and I will send it to you, okay? So this one in the comments, in the caption, it is telling you to, it's pushing the DBA preview, okay? This one, same thing. Drop DBA, okay? Drop DBA. So I'm selling the lead magnet. I'm selling the opportunity to get more information in exchange for your income, okay? So this one too, I saw it there. Discover the community that is teaching how to create digital profits for only $27. Link in bio. That's the DBA link. That is the second button on the link in my bio, okay? So a lot of you are selling DBA when what you really want to be selling is getting on your lead list, becoming a lead. And I know y'all want instant gratification. I know you do. I know you do. But if the race is not given to the swift, but to the one that endures to the end, believe me when I say you are playing for the long game. And the long game is to build your list of leads. Build your list of leads. It's going to be, it can be the most like, oh, I'm collecting leads, but they're not converting. And then one day, one email and boom, 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 right? Because you can also use your email to get them back in front of your content. You can use your email list to build up, and I need to take my own advice here, to build up and get more people active and on your live videos, right? So DBA, you can get that free preview at the link in my bio. It is the second button. You can join for only $111 today while I am live, okay? Volume 1 and Volume 2 will be $333 otherwise. Volume 2 releases on July 1st. DBA is the program to learn how to create and build a digital boss business, okay? It is the Digital Boss Academy. And I just shared with you 7 daily habits of a profitable digital boss, okay? So what questions do you have? Let's get this shared out. I have someone in Facebook Messenger right now who wants the info on DBA. So I am going to send it to her right now to fill out and get on my email list. So when you're doing your outreach, it's not necessarily to sell DBA. Now, don't get me wrong. If they're giving you signals and they're ready to buy, don't be playing around with no leads. Send them the link to join. But then make sure you have it written down and you've scheduled your follow-up, okay? Boom. Love that. Love that when that happens. What? Okay, Digital Boss Academy, right? If you want to become a digital boss, the community you definitely want to be in is Digital Boss Academy, okay? Digital Boss Academy, it comes with done-for-you courses, done-for-you products that you can sell, that you can learn from, and become a digital boss. The misconception is that DBA is a course that teaches you how to create courses, and that is not the case. It is about building a business, okay? The people who are saying that have never taken a look inside DBA. So I invite you to take a look. All you have to do is visit the link in my bio and click that second button. It's the second button, okay? And you will get the PDF and you can go through it and you will see that this is not a course that teaches you how to create courses. And by the way, what is wrong with a course that teaches you how to create courses? Because when other people create courses and sell them for $1,200, $2,000 for you to learn how to create a course, I don't hear y'all having an uproar about that. Let's be real. I know several people. There was a girl about 5-7 years ago. Her story was everywhere, how she went from being on welfare to a millionaire. And the rumor was that, I can neither confirm nor deny, but the rumor was she basically ripped off the program that she bought and learned from and began to sell her own version of it. So I don't know what this whole thing is about. Is it a course that is just going to teach me how to teach people how to create courses? Courses help people make money. Courses can change people's lives. So I still don't even see what the problem with that is. However, that is not what DBA is. DBA teaches you how to build a business. Things like getting credit personally and for business. How to form your business. In module 2, I keep saying module 2. In volume 2, there will be information on taxes. The module on investments is an $8,000 course that will be included in DBA. So DBA is a lot more than what people are out here trying to minimize it and brush it off as, just because it's $111. That was done intentionally to be able to serve an underserved market, and a market that would not otherwise be able to access some of these other programs, which are fine programs at $500, even all the way up to, there's one for selling for $900 currently. Okay, so let's be nice and remember we're all on the same team, okay? So DBA, you can save $222 when you go to the link in my bio and you click that second button, okay? When you click that second button, that will give you the preview. If you are ready to join, you click the third button, which is a red button, and you can join DBA now, and you will secure access to volume 2 at no additional cost when it launches on July the 1st at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time so that you can spend your holiday actually learning and growing and not just partying, okay? Because entrepreneurship is, there are sacrifices in the beginning, okay? For years, and I still do it just out of happening because I'm an empty nester. For years, I could not wait for a 3-day holiday weekend because I got paid for the holiday on Monday to literally work my business and build my business. I would love 3-day holidays. And yes, I would still enjoy the festivities, but I would also do things like go live, write and send out emails, set up new funnels, create content. Okay? There's not a lot of days off as an entrepreneur. It does not mean you have to work yourself to the bone, but to do something and get something that you've never had, you've got to do things that you've never done. Okay? It's not just going to come to you. It's not. You're going to have to do some things. You're going to have to do some things, and doing those things might, you know, upset and tick other people off, and that's just their problem. Because you got to do what you got to do for you. The reason I was able to get that undergraduate degree, even though I had a little baby, was because I made my mind up. Come heaven, hell, or high water, I was getting that degree. I was not going to be a statistic. My baby was not going to be a statistic. And I didn't care what anybody else had to say about it. Right? And you have to have that same level of resolve around your business. This is not just buying a course to sell a course. This is buying a course that can help you learn and begin to master a highly profitable skill set. If you heard me earlier, I sent out a $3,000 proposal today to sit down with someone and help them create their Facebook ads. They need to do 2 different ad sets, 2 different ad campaigns, and they're going to do their own creative, but they want me to write the copy for them. Professional copywriting is a highly paid skill set. So you're paying me for sitting down and walking you through my targeting strategy and how to set up the ad and optimize the ad. You're going to do the creative. That's fine. I'm going to write not 1, but for 2 different ad campaigns, 3 sets of copy. That's a $3,000 quote. That's a digital marketing skill set. Okay? So this is not just about buying a course to sell a course. And if you do, there is nothing wrong with that. That is your prerogative. You don't owe anybody an explanation for that or an apology for that. It just is what it is. It do what it do, baby. Okay? So it is what it is. We don't owe anybody any explanation for any of it. But this one time, Kay, I love the movie The Godfather. This one time, Kay, I'm going to tell you about my business. Okay? And DBA is not a course to create courses. It is not a course just to sell it. There are people who can do that, and who is anybody to stop them from doing that? As a professional, as someone who really cares about people and pours into people, I always recommend not just doing that, but actually learning the skill set. That is where the real money is in mastering the skill sets that are in there. But there are things, there's a whole module on beauty businesses. Okay? There's a module on Airbnb. There's a module on business formation. There's a module on business funding. This is about building a business, taking digital products and turning it into a business. And you can make that business as big as you want to and do things with, you know, and open new doors of opportunity, right? Jaquela is one of the co-creators of DBA, and I just love her. I love her and Brooklyn. They're the 2 that I'm familiar with, right? And she recently had Stan Store reach out to her. Now she's a Stan Store creator. She's got UGC opportunities that are showing up in her inbox. In fact, I've got some in my inbox that I need to reply to because I just haven't even had time to reply to them, right? That's becoming what I call a monetized magnet. In Pen Profits Mastery Module 6, I go in depth into my monetized magnet formula, okay? And that is what part of why I joined DBA, because it fits like a puzzle piece right into my monetized magnet formula, okay? So let me know what questions you have, but DBA is that girl. If you want to create a bona fide business with digital products. We need to stop speaking on things and speaking negatively on them when we do not fully understand them. Just because you heard a few seconds and you heard rumblings does not mean that you fully know what DBA is or is not. You just don't. And it's not fair. And that's why I sat and watched live after live after live and through multiple people before I decided to join. And honestly, that I wasn't even watching them initially to join. I was kind of a hater. Not really a hater. I was a little skeptical because of the way I'd seen other people selling other programs. And I saw something remarkably different about DBA. It was very much in alignment with how I do business and with the quality and the level of professionalism that I do business. Now, I'm not saying the others don't have quality. I'm not saying that they don't have professionalism. I'm just saying that the way that those products were being marketed, there was not a lot of appeal in them for me. The way DBA was being marketed was very appealing to me on several fronts, okay? So you have 7 daily habits of a highly profitable digital boss. And the #1 income producing skill, if you listen to Jim Rohn, he says income will seldom exceed personal development. Your personal development, okay? So let's do the numbers. You want to spend 30 minutes in personal development. That's going to include your affirmations, gratitude journaling, and 10 pages of reading, okay? 10 pages of reading. A lot of people say you need to physically read a physical book, but it can be, because I just don't have room for any more physical books, so it can be, in my opinion, on your iPad, Kindle. It can also even be an audio book. Get it how you get it, okay? Just get it in, okay? So that is your personal development, okay? You want to post 3 to 5 pieces of content and 3 to 5 stories, okay? So you can create a rhythm. You can post your story. You can have a 3-day lag between your stories and your posts. So you can go back to your stories from 3 days ago and you can find 1 or 2 posts from there automatically. You can batch your content, but 3 to 5 pieces of content and 3 to 5 stories. We also talked about, of your content, you want to do a piece that is polarizing. You want to do a piece that is a conversation starter or something that is savable or shareable. And then you want to do one that is a solution focused. That is where your sale is going to come from. That is where the conversion comes from. And for many of you in the beginning, that is not you actually selling DBA. It is you selling the preview so that you get the data. Okay? And then when you go live, you can do more of the I'm actually here to sell DBA. Okay? Because you want to go live at least Monday through Friday, in my opinion, for 30 to 60 days when you start. I'm not saying you have to. I am not saying you have to. As a guide, as a Yoda, I am merely suggesting it. But you know you, your life, your business, your ideal client better than anyone else. So at the end of the day, baby, you do you. Okay? Do you, booski. Okay? So, you're posting your content. Lead generation. You need leads every day. A lead or an email a day. A lead or an email a day is going to keep poverty at bay. And not B-A-E. Bay. B-A-Y. Like away. Okay? So, that is a highly income producing activity. You want to reach out to 10 to 20 people. The more people you reach out to directly on a daily basis, the more you are going to sell. And if you don't believe me, I have hit 16 so far on my list today. And I have space for 25, and the day ain't over. Okay? I've got 16 names here. This is today's. I've got notebooks of every day reaching out to people. Again, not to sell the program, to just check in with people, to, be a good steward, to be a good citizen and just check in on people. You would be amazed at what happens from that. I've done that, like, hey, I was just checking in on you. And then a week later, yeah, I see you always post about this. I always see you post about this. So, and then boom, a sale is made, right? So that reaching out to people, that being a good steward. Welcome, hey girl, hey, I see you here. Thank you for joining. Okay? So direct outreach. If you do not have sales, if you do not have an email list, if you do not have a network, if you weren't part of a sorority, if you're not in a networking or business organization, a chamber of commerce, if you do not have a network of viable candidates for something like this, and everyone that you went to college with or everyone that you used to work with are not always good candidates. Now, they may be good candidates to send you referrals and help you get in front of other people, okay? Do I sell how do you sell a product on TikTok? I will get to that in just one second. Okay, let me finish getting through this list real quick. Okay, follow up and lead nurturing. An email a day keeps poverty at bay. Networking and partnerships, we just talked a little bit about that, and we talked about lead generation. Okay, so how do you sell a product on TikTok? That is a great question, and what I would recommend is DBA, because DBA has a module on TikTok, because the first thing you need to do is you need to get in front of people. You need to get in front of people, and DBA is going to help you with the content that is going to get in front of people, as well as the content that is going to convert. It's going to help you write your captions. It provides done for you captions, and it also provides hooks, because you need hooks. So that is the first thing I would do, is I would join DBA. And when you join while I'm live, you get volume 1 and you get volume 2, which releases on July 1st. And you get them both for $111 today versus $333, okay? So that means you're getting volume 2 at no additional cost, okay? Both volumes are actually going up in July, okay? After the intro period for volume 2, which it will be $222, it will be going up, right? Mine will probably be between either 444 or 555. Some days I feel like 555, others I feel like 444, because my granddaughter was born at 4:44 p.m. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Top module in there. Volume 1 already has a very good TikTok training. So that's what I would do, is I would go to the link in my bio and I would save that $222 by getting started and joining now while I am live. And the good thing is you can actually go through Klarna and you can actually get started with only $27 down today, and you get full access to volume 1 right now. And then when the pre-release is out for volume 2, you will have access to that, and that includes the module on TikTok Shop. I'm looking here. I'm looking for, I have so many. Volume 2 is going to include everything in Volume 1. So let's go through Volume 1. 300 plus ready to sell templates. Canva crash course, done for you captions like I talked about, financial literacy ebooks, success with Stan guide, ultimate reels guide, 43,000 pieces of ready to go content, and a lot of it is reels. Okay, it's video that you can use for reels as well as other places. Of the branding course and the branding bundle alone is worth the price of admission. The branding bundle alone is worth the $111. It's actually worth more than $111. Okay, I was just saying earlier that the stock, the financial module coming with volume 2, one of them is an $8,000 course that's included, right? So DBA is really the answer for most things that people are going to ask me when we do these Q&As. But if you want to learn how to sell things on TikTok, that is definitely what I would recommend. I would recommend DBA, okay? So we're still going through volume 1. We haven't even finished yet, okay? A vendor list is included in volume 1. So if you want things to sell on TikTok, DBA is the answer, okay? Digital product starter kit, 100 content ideas and hooks, content to coins ebooks, mini chat automations, marketing and branding expertise, video editing classes on CapCut, Personal and business guidance, blueprints for six-figure digital products, Airbnb business kickstart, strategies to secure 100K, professional website templates, a thriving community and tech support, 24/7 express inquiry removal guide, comprehensive guides on business structure, exclusive lenders list, and mindset mastery. Volume 2, everything in Volume 1 plus Pinterest, LinkedIn, Faceless module, Men's module, Shopify, Printful, which is drop shipping, webinars, Master Manifesting with Kenny Morgan, funnels and AI marketing, advertising, life insurance, taxes, content that converts, DBA, MRR mastery, TikTok shop, UGC, which is user generated content for beginners, becoming a travel agent, email marketing, a Spanish module, which will be French and German coming soon, YouTube. This is all things monetization, y'all. Stocks for beginners. The Stocks for Beginners is an $8,000 course that will be included in this bundle of Volume 1 and Volume 2, which the intro pricing will be $333, and it will eventually be $555. But the stock module alone is an $8,000 course, okay? Social media monetization, how to become a virtual assistant, selling digital products, Amazon KDP. And you can get it all for only $111 if you join here now while I am live. Okay, so you want to join while I am live. You will save $222. Instead of paying $333, you will get it for only $111. You will get Volume 1 and everything I just read off, and then Volume 2 you will have actually pre-access to that, not right away, not now, but you will get access to it before it's available to the public, which it drops on price. A minute ago's price is not right now's price, okay? So you want to secure Volume 2 at no with Klarna, okay? You can do that with I practice what I preach. Okay, so the question was, how do you sell on TikTok? DBA. List, including business formation. It walks you through everything in order to be able to build a successful business selling things on TikTok. This is about a business. This is not about buying a course just to sell a course. Okay, so I have 8:27, 3 more minutes, and then I gotta go. 3 minutes, Dougie Fresh, you're on. 3 minutes, and then I gotta go. Okay, so 3 minutes to get over to the link in my bio, and both Volumes 1 and Volume 2. And that is now 2 minutes. People are joining DBA daily. I might give y'all a few more minutes because I didn't go through and share the wins. But you can also see a lot of that in the DBA preview. So you can go to the link in my bio. Oh, I was looking up something. I forgot. There was something I was going to... Oh, the share the wins. There were some good ones that came through today. Like, oh my God. Oh my God, Becky. I don't know how I always end up with so many tabs open. There we go. An hour ago and already made 3 sales. Right there, okay? This community and how it is laid out is, and the support is fantastic. Angela Kirby posted her first video. Okay. Before I could announce hitting 13,000, I went past 14,000 in Stan's store. Rich is on fire. Okay. I've made 3 sales in less than a week. When I started, I made my first sale in less than 48 hours of starting the course. Then 4 days later, I made 2 sales back to back. With strategy and DBA cheering and motivating you on like a bestie who wants to see you succeed, you can accomplish anything. Okay? So the link in my bio will save you $222. I'm gonna give you a few extra minutes, and then I gotta go. I gotta go because that shower is calling my name. Here I am, just made another sale. Okay? You can see the Stripe notification, $111. Okay? I don't use Stan's store, so my proof looks a little different than everybody else's. $5,411 since last Tuesday. Melissa, I jumped into DBA last Monday and started promoting DBA last Tuesday. In the past 8 days, I have made $5,411 on a $111 product. That's literally insane. If I can do it, you can do it too. But you keep letting them haters keeping you from joining DBA. I just had a $3,026 day from DBA. Where did it go? Where did it go? Sure. I just had a $3,026 day from DBA. I'm mine right there. Okay. So the link in my bio, I'm going to leave it at $111 for just a few minutes, but I do have to go. You want to go to the link in my bio and you want to hit that second button, and I'll give you actually all the way until 9 o'clock because I'm about to hit the shower. And by the time I get out of the shower, if you have joined by then, great. If not, you have to catch when I'm live again to do that. Okay, so you can join DBA for $111 for the next 30 minutes, and then I'm raising the price back to $333. Okay, so don't forget, you get volume 1 discount that I'm offering right now. The price regularly is $333 for both. The volume 2 releases on July 1st. You will get early access to it, and you will secure that access for only $111 when you get both now. But if you study long, baby, you study wrong, okay? And so you don't want to study wrong, right? Because if you wait too long, it's going to be $333 for both, and that's just going to be what it is. Decided. Okay, I was saying 555, but then I was like, oh, I like 444, but it's going to be 555. After intro, it's going to be 555. Okay, because I know the best. Okay, so I will check y'all later. Bye-bye.